The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus entered a village where a woman whose name was Martha welcomed him. She had a sister named Mary who sat beside the Lord at his feet, listening to him speak. Burdened with much serving, came to him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me by myself to do the serving? Tell her to help me. The Lord said to her in reply, Martha, Martha, you are anxious and worried about many things. There is need of only one thing. Mary has chosen the better part, and it will not be taken from her. My dear friends, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Please be seated.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Father.
Today we are now celebrating the 16th Sunday in Ordinary Time. So as mentioned in the introduction, the whole content of the readings talk about hospitality. That is why we have the first reading from the book of Genesis, and it talks about the welcoming spirit of Abraham towards the visitors. But be reminded, we have here the mentioning at the last portion, then they asked Abraham, where is your wife Sarah? It means that the demarcation between male and female, even in the tent, it is observable. It is always being practiced from the Old Testament until the time of Christ. So there is a space for women, there's a space for men. So we cannot simply mix the spaces. But God wanted to recreate the scenario. That is not just simply about division, creating demarcation, but rather being one. That is why we have here in the Gospel, Mary destroying all the barricade, the obstructions and the demarcation. She was there simply to listen to Jesus Christ. The mere fact that she was sitting, that is already a taboo. But it means that she wanted to destroy what has been practiced by the aged people, specifically by the learned of the law. That is why the myth of the gospel talks about hospitality. So we have here the attitude of Martha, the sister of Mary. So we have the statement, Martha, Martha, you are anxious. The term being used is meremso. The meaning is concern of not important. We have a strong concern towards an important thing. That is why this term is also being used in the parable of the good soil. So the soil produces a plant, but the plant was being choked by many concern. The term being used is memeritso, still the same. That is why if you talk about the spirituality of hospitality, it offers us three important elements. So these are the simple points that I wanted to share with you. So the spirituality of hospitality. So by essence is, what is hospitality? So these are the three important aspects. The first one is, if you talk about hospitality, it is the creation of the space. Hospitality, therefore, means primarily creation of a free space where the stranger can enter and become a friend instead of an enemy. So in our prayer life, we are also acting as the hosts, just like the name Martha, which means hostess. But the real attitude of being hospitable is being there. You create a space so that somebody can come in and you can interact with him or with that person, with a visitor, a known person. God is always not an unknown person, but every day God wanted to communicate us. God wanted to occupy the space prepared by all of us. So that is the first essence of hospitality. Creation of an empty space so that we can have interaction with the person. The second essence of hospitality is, it means openness to what guests and stranger bring to us. It is not just about us. It is about the need of somebody approaching us. Openness. The problem of the world is that we are not open. We are just simply wanting to close ourselves to the presences introduced by the circumstance, by the event. For us, as long as we are secure, there's no need to open our own being. but the demand of hospitality is openness at all times. In fact, in a day-to-day basis, the challenge of God is to embrace hospitality via openness so that we may see things in higher perspective. That is the second essence of hospitality. And lastly, the last essence of hospitality is attentiveness. Attentiveness, just like the attitude of Mary. Attentiveness to the words being spoken by the person. The mere fact that he was there or she was there, it means that he wanted to deliver something. And it is a must that we can pick up what is being delivered or what is being presented by the given circumstance. So, my dear friends, be reminded these three important elements of hospitality. Creation of an empty space, openness, and eventually attentiveness. If we can practice this spirituality of hospitality, we can also accept God in our day-to-day living, present and active in our lives. So may God grant us the threefold implications.